Hey, what's up everyone? Today I'm going to be working on these two little hawthorns. These are Washington Hawthorn, and they have one of the things that's so nice about them is that they just have really great fall foliage, like a brilliant red. And all I have to do to these guys today is a little bit of wiring, because they are actually root cuttings from a larger tree that I purchased and then sold. And I kept these guys because I wanted to see how I could do with developing them at this small size. And I have a lot of other like sort of seedling Washington Hawthorns, but these guys are kind of fun to play with. So I'm just going to apply a couple pieces of wire here. And what I've noticed in working with these is that the hawthorn have pretty strong node tendencies, meaning that when you cut them back, they are going to bud right at the base of the leaf or the base of the branch. And that means that you can end up with reverse taper relatively easily if you're not careful. The other thing is that when they're growing out, and you can kind of see it on this branch that I just wired, when they're growing out, the nodes elongate sort of like a maple. And if you pinch the tip on the buds relatively quickly, then the nodes will stay shorter like on a maple. And if you allow it to run, then the nodes will elongate more, and you'll have more space between those points where you can get additional growth. So it seems like the ideal way to train these as very small trees, or if you're trying to put a very compact silhouette onto a medium-sized tree or something like that, the way to train them is going to be to initially do some pinching and regular cutback, and then do some wiring of the growth that you've pinched and cut back repeatedly to sort of move it into position. So that's kind of what I'm going to do today. I've pinched these a few times already, and then I'm now letting them run to kind of create a little bit more material to work with. And I'm going to wire this and cut it back and reposition a few things. Both of them wired. I used a lot of 1mm aluminum, and if you were watching carefully, you may have noticed that I did a couple of different things to the two different trees. So for this tree, I left most of the leaves on the interior on, and I cut the longer, stronger shoots short. For this tree, I defoliated most of the interior older leaves, and I left almost all the tips on the runners, on the shoots that are growing. Now, if you think you know what the difference between those two techniques is going to be, like what the reaction of the tree is going to be, leave it in the comments below because I'd love to hear your opinions. That's it for today, and these hawthorn, I'll set them back out in the sun to grow for a little while. Keep an eye on the wire to make sure that it doesn't scar the branches, and see you all next time.